Kia ora whānau, and welcome to another episode of Get a Job and Get Healthy with Costas Enterprises. I am your host, as always, Alex Costas. And today's episode, we're going to keep on the trend of sort of print-on-demand, the print-on-demand journey. What we're going to be talking about is, this time we're going to, in the last couple of weeks, I have just been asked by a couple of friends a bit more about what it is that they want to do, if they wanted to get onto a way. And the way that they've been talking about is setting up their own site and do all that sort of thing. And I realised I haven't really touched on this, but this episode is going to be talking about the differences between sort of print on demand, which is what I do, and also giving some definitions about like the other way of doing passive income with your own shop, which is things like dropshipping. So I figured we would go through some of the definitions and just basically, you might have heard others talk about these, but you don't really know what it is. So I thought I'd try to give you a quick overview. Now, this will be probably a pretty quick episode. I do apologise for it not coming out yesterday as my regular time. Unfortunately, I was very busy and didn't really get a time to sit down and do anything, but I wanted to put something out now so that there is an episode out there for my regular listeners, which I say thank you again. First off, as you all know, if you want to contact me, please contact me via my email, doncostas@gmail.com. That's Don Costas. You can contact me about anything. Alternatively, you can go to my website, costasenterprises.business.blog, and find all of my things there. So I've got all my socials linked onto that as well. Now, as you guys know, I do have a Redbubble shop. I talk about it quite a bit. I've had another couple of sales since I spoke to you guys. In regards to this podcast, I've also, I want to say a huge thank you, and an amazing thank you. I've just passed 600 listens. You guys really, really shocked me. So I want to say a huge thank you. And I'm planning, for those that contact me, I'm going to run a little competition very shortly when I get closer to sort of 1,000 listens. When I hit 1,000 listens, I will actually buy some products and ship those out to my listeners as a sort of as a thank you. I won't be doing everyone, of course, and there will be probably a limit of about $100. And basically for I might ask a quiz. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I will have a look. And then sort of the first people to sort of hit me up and contact me with the answers, then, they'll get something, basically. And it'll be from my website, so I will give them the option of selecting something, a t-shirt or a hoodie or, anything along those lines, sticker or a magnet, whatever they decide, basically. And then we can go from there. So, yeah, huge thank you to everyone. But what we're going to talk about now is the difference between the big one, which is the print on demand, what it is, and then also the other way, which is the Shopify way, or the Printful way, or dropshipping is also the other phrase that is used with that. So first and foremost, print on demand is what I currently do. The reason why I do it is because it's pretty much almost $0 startup. So if you're a designer, it's a great way to sort of start your way and decide what you want to do, because it's a way of you being able to actually just upload your designs onto a transparent background, and then they can be put on products, printed, shipped. Everything is done for you. You don't have to worry about logistics of shipping and packaging and all that sort of stuff. But the only downside to print on demand, of course, versus this other way, is you don't get as high of a profit margin. So because you're not doing half the manufacturing and all that sort of stuff, you may get, depending on how you set your profit margins, maybe $4-5 per hoodie, t-shirt, sometimes $2 to $3. So it's going to take, unless you're going to create an amazing product which just trends and everyone buys that particular one, it can be quite hard, to make a big dent on your passive income. Now, if you're wanting this to sort of sit in the background, you don't have to worry about anything. Once you're uploaded it, it's basically done. Then print on demand is actually the better option for you, because it will just sit in the background. You upload it, you don't have to do any maintenance. If you want to advertise, you can advertise, but with places like Redbubble, they actually do the advertising for you once you hit a certain level. That's what the basics of print on demand is. Then you've got dropshipping. Now, dropshipping is, for those that don't know, it is basically where you can house your website on your own sort of website. So you create your own website, you sell your products on your own website. So you basically have your own domain. But what you can do is you can actually drop ship your product. So maybe you deal with a manufacturer from Alibaba, and that person will manufacture a specific product the way you want it, to the best of the quality that they can provide, all that sort of stuff. Now, the problem with print, with going that particular route is it does actually cost money, and it can be just for the simple fact of, like, setting up the domain is not very expensive. Like, you can buy a domain for about $4 or $5 for a year, or a month per year. But then when you want to basically connect it to the Printful, or the Shopify aspect, which is where your product is made and then shipped, then it can be $24, $75, $112 per month. And if you're not actually generating enough income on that, it can get very quick, very fast, and you won't basically have money to do it. So you do need some capital if you are going to do it this way. But the advantage of doing the Printful shop that way is that, of course, you own everything. So you own the trademark, you control the product. So if you only want to go with a high brand of a particular t-shirt, and so that you can charge more for that particular t-shirt, you set the cost, you set the thing, so you can, which means you have to sort of factor in things like how much is it going to cost for the manufacturing versus how much is going to cost for the shipping. Those sorts of things don't have to be added on, is what I'm trying to get at. So yeah, there's you basically create more of a profit margin for yourself, but you do a lot more work in that respect. So if a customer is not happy, then it's not a corporation that has to deal with it. You have to deal with it. So you have to deal with the refunds. You have to deal with the angry clients, if there's angry clients, which there shouldn't be because you're doing it properly. But in this day and age, so yeah. Those are the basic differences. Now, there are many dropshipping sort of systems you can use. One, for example, is Printful. One is Shopify. Another thing that you could potentially do is what we call... So, there is a platform called Etsy, and for those that follow me, they know about Etsy. Etsy is basically the world's largest online marketplace. But what a lot of people have started doing is they set up their Printful, they set up their all of those sorts of things, and they link it to Etsy. So instead of them having to host their own website, they can offer their products directly shipped to the people through Etsy. And then Etsy will sort of take the payment and all that sort of things. Now, they do take a commission as well, and you do have to pay Etsy as well, which is why I personally don't use Etsy. Now, I don't know how much it is. I think it's very little. I think it's only about 50 or 60 cents to host it, but because you can also link print on demand to Etsy as well. So it's kind of like this sort of cooking pot where you can put all the associations with the Printful stuff that you would usually use if you have to host your own website and manage and maintain your own website, or you can plug those straight into Etsy. Now, I will be honest, the reason why I have not done the Printify, Shopify yet is because I'm still so new to it. I am just learning about it myself. But given that my friends that I was talking to, they were both thinking, they were asking me questions about what I do, and I was explaining, well, look, I do this. I just upload it. It's done by this. It's done by this. It's done by this. And because they wanted to sort of control a lot more, so therefore their best option would be to house the website themselves, organize the shipping, all that sort of stuff. You are liable for everything. If you want to ship the things yourself, one of the advantages of sort of Shopify and Printful is they will manufacture your product through places like Alibaba and so forth, depending on where you tell them to get the product from. They sometimes can actually house the products physically for you as well, so it basically sits in a warehouse. When an order comes out, someone grabs the order and then sends it off. Alternatively, the Alibaba can actually send the stuff to you. You house it. You have to ship it off when an order comes through. It just creates a little bit more, kerfuffle. I'm not exactly sure how the Etsy part works and when you plug in. I believe it's more that the products get shipped to you. When an order comes through, then you ship it out through their means. And that is usually the way that Etsy works, because anybody can sell anything on Etsy. So it's not just restricted to sort of the products that we have for print on demand. It is basically anything else. I'm not going to do a comparison of what's better, because I'll be honest, I haven't done both yet. Now, for me, at the moment, this is the way that I want to go. I want to go on the print on demand journey. And I want to do that for a little bit longer. Basically, I want to get myself out of, as you guys know, I'm paying off debt and all that sort of stuff. So I want to get myself out of debt, start saving, and then, when I've got a bit of capital behind me, I may look at creating an actual print on demand, a Shopify shop with my own website. But if I do, I want enough products that I can actually do them. And I want them to be their own product. I want them to be their own brand, so that, whatever I decide to call it, whether it's Costas Enterprises, whether it's Costas Designs, whether it's Costas in general, then I can actually do that. And I want to go through the whole process. And I'll probably follow and share with you guys as well when I do decide to do that, just so that you guys are aware of exactly what it is. Because there is a YouTuber at the moment called Shimmy Morris, Shimmy, and Morris, Morris. He actually helped inspire this. Now, he has done print on demand for a long time, and he has just created his own website, own Shopify, just to show how easy it is to get everything all connected. And I got to admit, it is actually pretty easy. But one of the things that the video touches on very, very lightly is that, when you're dealing with Alibaba and all these sorts of ones, you could go through 15, 16, 17 different providers that, the product just is shit. So you have to take that on. So yeah, until I know more about it, I won't be doing it. But there is a lot of resources for those that do want to go down that particular route. If you want to create your own brand, if you want to create your own thing, it's not as expensive as you think it is. But for me, at the moment, I don't have the startup capital to turn around and go, actually, yeah, I'm going to create my own store with my own things. That is the goal. I'm not going to lie, that is my ultimate goal. But that is something that I can work my way to, which is the whole point of this journey. I thought I would also just quickly touch on, before we finish, so I've talked about Redbubble. There is currently an issue with Redbubble, and it still is actually it still is an issue, so just be careful when you are uploading the last week. A lot of accounts have been mass spammed and mass banned, sorry. We don't know why. Apparently there was a glitch. Redbubble have been told about it. They have responded saying, look, there has a select few where people have lost their shop, and of course all the money that they've earned within that shop. Now there is actually a fix for this. You do need to register that your account has been stopped and suspended with the Redbubble themselves. So you go to their main website, go to their support, and there is a little place for you to do that. There are YouTube videos explaining how to do this if you need it done. And then they've made a statement basically saying, like, they're aware of the issue, they're trying to sort it out. And from what I've seen from the methods that I've looked at through the forums that I'm a part of, I see that, yes, some people are starting to get their shops back now, and their accounts are starting to get reactivated, but it's not just a simple one click, all accounts come back. So just be mindful of that. If you are one of the people that are affected, go to the website, register that your account has been suspended, and then you should hopefully, within the next sort of week, I would say, hear something from Redbubble. Apparently they are pretty slack. They haven't been telling people that the shops have been suspended, and they haven't made an official statement until, basically a week after this had happened. Luckily, I have not been affected, so my shop is still up and running. When I did hear this, though, I did cut back on my uploading when I heard that they were starting to mass ban. So if you are uploading, I would say hold off for about a week at this stage. I know you want to get up your business, you want to start it up, you want to get all those extra sales, but given the fact that there are still issues, people are still getting, banned, they haven't fixed the glitch, then you probably are best to just hold off, wait maybe 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how long it is, and then once it's been cleared, then you can actually start uploading properly. I've only uploaded sort of one design since it happened, and when I did upload that design was actually, they put it in for a review, so I had to have it in for a review. It was about 24 hours before someone actually got to it, so yeah, I would just hold off just a little bit. My partner has started up her shop as well, which is a sticker-based shop, and she hasn't had too many problems with uploading, but at the same time, she did a mass upload yesterday of about 20 odd designs. So I'm going to have a look, check with her, and make sure that her shop is actually still up and running this week. But yeah, just be mindful that we don't know why this has happened. It could be a response to the spam tagging that everyone's been talking about, which is where people put the name of the title like 50 times in one tag and then do that another 40 times, so that they create their own spam tag and everyone searches for it. Don't do that, that's bullshit. But until then, I will wait for you guys to contact me if you've got any questions. I hope this short episode was informative, and yeah, until next week, guys, have a great day. Remember to stay safe, look after yourselves, and of course, love you guys. really, really love you. I can't believe I'm at 600 views in less than 3 weeks. You guys blow my mind. You really do. And good luck.